Hi, in this video we'll be looking at week 3 demo 2 code. I copied over the demo 1 code just to show you what we can change in this, just one variation. So in demo 1 we wrote code to add up the test scores of 8 students and then find the average. But the program was efficient in that it was getting the it was not storing like 8 different variables. It was not using 8 different variables to store the test score. It was just getting it once in a loop. However, the 8 is hard coded in the program. This is called hard coding. You actually put 8 there, or I actually put 8 there, right? So this program only will work for 8 students. What if I want to do for 80 students or 8,000 students? How can I make the same program work? So for that, what you do is anything that you want to be variable means changeable, should be something that is gotten as an input. So if you don't want this to be hard coded, you want to change this to 2500. Another time it should be 4300, or you want 15, whatever it is, it should become an input. You want to ask the user, how many students do you have? If they say I have 16 students, your loop should work for 16. So the very simple fact is this counter should become an input, right? This value, no, not rather counter. Counter is a temporary variable, forget that. This 8 should become an input. Let us call it as number of kids. Int number of kids. Students. Students is a much better word, I think. Number of students, initially it is 0. Or we can just get this as convert to int 32 of console dot read line. All I did is I created a new input called number of students. Instead of using this number of students, so in the program it will ask me, how many students do you have? And then I get the number of students. So instead of using 8 here, 8 was the number of students for that particular situation. For us, we are going to use this number of students variable. Not only that, wherever 8 is, you have to change that to number of students. This makes the program work for 10 students, 12 students, whatever it is. Let us say I want to run this program now. How many students? I only have 3 students. What are their scores? It will ask me only 3 times. If this program works fine, it will only ask me 3 times. See, after 3, it stops because I'm checking if my counter is less than number of students. So it gave me the average for 3 students. So you can even say here average of 3 test scores of, here you can say number of students. And then you can say so you're just saying for how many students it calculated. Number of students does not exist. Students, it's a plural. So I have 2 students. So 56. That score is, average is 50. So it says average of test scores of 2 students is equal to average. So let's see. 2 students. The average test scores of 2 students is 67. So what we did from having like a very rigid 8 student processing to a very open, how many ever students you want type of processing, what we did is we asked the program, we asked the user to give us the input. Tell us how many students you have. Once they told you how many students you have, then as a computer, you can process for that many students. You don't have to always do it for 8 students. Okay, so that is what I wanted to show you with this particular demo, and I hope you find this useful. This is called week 3 demo 2 and it is in my Repl. Thanks.